We'll proceed in pseudo calculus problems. Pseudo calculus problem that we are taking, we have considered one by one. But anyway, we are in phase of calculating the circle area, and in circle area we have done all the permutation combination that what we can do. But one thing that people should understand, that while calculating the circular area, when we took the vector path in the sense that if I am trying to calculate area of a surface, and surface is a circular surface, area of a surface, area of a surface gives the circular area. Surface is circular. When I'm trying to calculate area of a surface and surface is circular, then certainly I get the circular area. Area of a surface, when I calculate through vector. The concept in calculating the area of a surface is through a vector. What is the area of a surface through a vector? Okay, vector, I believe vector is the most advanced technology in the mathematics. People would know, they comment on this, that there are many things that is extremely advanced to the vector. But if we see what we need in mathematics, what we need in general life, what is the quality? If I say I have a car, anyway, I don't have any car, but consider that I have someone has a car, and there is another person, he also has a car. What is the best quality of a car? There are two persons, one person and one person. This person has a car, this person also has a car. Make sense? Now this person day to day life, what he is making with the car, he is satisfied with whatever the feasibility he gets in his car. Okay, this person, whatever he is doing in his particular life, his car provides much more functionality than what he is expecting. This person car give whatever functionality he expect, he is getting from the car. Okay, this person car cost $2,000, just $2,000. This person car costs $20,000. $20,000, he is getting so many functionality of the car, though he need few of them only. And this person need few of the functionality of the car, and it is fulfilled by 2,000 car. Which car has better quality? This car has better quality. Quality means that satisfy your need. If I have a car and that satisfies my need, that is the highest quality of a car. Not required that I go and buy a 10 times costlier car, and it gives me many functionality that I don't need. So vector fulfills normal mathematical functionality. What is normal mathematical functionality is direction and magnitude. Direction and magnitude. Vector is more advanced to matrix. Vector is more advanced to algebra. Everything vector is more advanced, the most advanced technology, which talks about direction. Anyway, everything talks about magnitude. Everything talks about magnitude. If I have, then people can go even complex vector as matrix with vectors. Matrix of vectors, people can also consider. But vector provides everything. Okay, so if someone does calculus operation, then typically he does calculus operation on each component of the vector. Calculus does not work on vector. Calculus purely works on algebra. Anyway, but this is the scenario that vector is fulfilling everything. We can get area of anything through vector. If I have, what are the complex shape I need to calculate area in? There is a two line like this. How to calculate area in between? These two lines are at 90 degree to each other. This is one scenario. If anyone watches closely, then this is one vector that represents a straight line, and this is another vector. Or this line can be represented as a straight as a vector, and this line can be represented as a vector. And it is easy to represent this line and this line as vector because they are a straight line. They are at 90 degree to each other. If I create a area vector, take if I take magnitude of this vector and just multiply it, it will give the area of this entity. If these two lines are not at 90 degree, they are like this. What is the area in between? What is the area in between? Then this vector cross this vector will give the area vector. If it gives the area vector, then calculating the magnitude of area vector would give the area. Okay, there is something called position vector. If I that will talk. This is the simplest case where width into height is the area. Here width into height of area will not work. We have to go more advanced. That is vector. This vector cross product will give area vector, that is parallelogram. And calculating the magnitude of area vector will give the area. Okay, what is next? Rather than a straight line, we have a curved line. Here we are falling. What is the area? What is the area of a circle? Now here, the area what closed area what we are talking about is it has a it is enclosed by line, and that is a circular line. Okay, means it is not a straight line. If I say I have two vectors, taking cross product of two vector will give the area, because any area has two sides, that is guaranteed. If I say this is my one side and this is my another side, and taking the cross product of these two will give the area vector, certainly it will give the area vector. But we have to find the vector representation of this curved line and vector representation of this curved line, and doing the cross product will give the area vector. Okay, what is even more complex? Area of this kind of shape. This is also area only. This is also area only. This is how we are proceeding in calculation of the area. Anyway, right now I am in phase of calculating area of a circle. Okay, still area of a circle. Now consider that there is a area of a circle. Circle is represented in xy Cartesian coordinate system. Circle is represented in Cartesian coordinate system as x square plus y square equal to a square. X square plus y square equal to a square. That is the equation of a circle where a is radius of the circle. X square plus y square equal to a square. Whereas if I take it in r theta plane, polar coordinate plane, then what is equation of circle in polar coordinate system? If I say I have x equal to okay, x square plus y square equal to a square is the equation of circle in Cartesian coordinate. What is equation of circle? Equation of circle, if this is x axis and this is y axis, center of the circle is origin. Center of the circle is origin. This is y axis. This is origin. Now if I move along this point is a, radius of the circle. Left side, if I move along this point is minus a comma 0. At any x, if I move up, then I see one height. At any x, if I move here, I see a height. At any x, if I move up, I see a height. This is xy plane. When x equal to a, height is 0. When x equal to 0, height is a maximum. When x equal to minus a, height is 0. What is the height? What is the height? Height is variable, where x is not variable. X is independent component. Height is dependent component. How much is the height at any x? That is the square root of plus minus square root of a square minus x square. If I take any x, then there are two height. One is above x-axis, positive height. One is negative height. That is plus minus square root of a square minus x square is the height at any x. What is the area of the circle? Area is height by width. That is y into x. Y is dependent upon x, y dx. Anyway, we have passed through this kind of milestone. Now we are in turn trying to calculate area of a circle. Now the concept here is there are two coordinate system we are talking about. One is Cartesian coordinate system where y is variable upon x. This is one coordinate system. Other coordinate system, just think rather than thinking a horizontal line that is x-axis and vertical line and y-axis. Consider there is a this is center of the circle, and there is a line. It is touching the center and pass through the arc of the circle at 90 degree. Okay, there is a line I connect at the center, and at any point on the perimeter, if I connect this will pass this perimeter at that point as 90 degree. If person watching it very carefully, line drawn from center and passing through perimeter, it will make 90 degree. Everywhere it will make 90 degree. Okay. Now in that sense, I get a clue coordinate system where all the coordinates are at 90 degree to each other. Now I get a clue that if I say this radius as one coordinate, then arc is another coordinate because they make angle at 90 degree. In two dimension, if two lines are making angle at 90 degree, then with these two lines you can represent a full two dimension. This is a $1 trillion word statement. Okay, in two dimension, in 2D, if any two lines they intersect at 90 degree, then with these two lines, full 2D shape can be represented. In three dimension, if any three lines they intersect at 90 degree to each other, then that full 3D graphics can be represented through only these three lines. That is considered as the pillar of the 3D. That is x, y, z in Cartesian coordinate system. In 2D, if any two lines intersect at 90 degree, they will be considered as the coordinate system. Means full 2D shape can be represented only through this 2D. If that is the case, then if that is the case, then if this is the straight line, if this is the line, one line, and the arc is another line, then they cut every time at 90 degree. Then radius and arc are two coordinate system, two coordinate in a particular coordinate system. We call this coordinate system as polar coordinate system. One coordinate system where there is x-axis and there is y-axis. They intersect each other at 90 degree, and the intersection point is called origin. Another coordinate system is from a particular point, one line will move in angular fashion, and everywhere it is hitting the perimeter at 90 degree. So this and this since they are at 90 degree, they will be called as coordinate of new coordinate system called polar coordinate system. The polar coordinate system, one entity is radius, and this arc is represented through angle, because if radius moves in angular fashion, it forms an arc. So they consider that radius and theta are the two entity in polar coordinate system, but actually it is radius and the arc. But arc is, now if theta is constant, if I say this, if it moves like this, then it makes angle theta. At a particular theta constant, I can make this line grow from 0, and then it will grow up till perimeter. There is a point at the origin, and this point will start growing in a direction that theta will be constant, and it will go and hit the perimeter. That line is called radius. Similarly, if I make radius constant and start making moving like this, keeping radius constant, then it will form another line that is called arc. Keeping theta constant or arc point constant, if I move one line, then it is called radius. Keeping radius constant, if I move theta, then it will make another line that is called arc. So arc and radius are two orthogonal components in polar coordinate system. Actually, both correspond to length, but generally it is said that r and theta, since arc is one representation of varying theta only. If I say arc, when radius is constant, then theta is variable. If I say theta is constant, then radius is variable. More or less it is called r and theta are the variable component in polar coordinate system. Now, what is the relationship between polar coordinate system and circular Cartesian coordinate system? If this is x-axis and this is y-axis and this is radius r, where it makes angle theta from x-axis. If this is x-axis and any moment this is r and it makes angle theta, then r cos theta is x, r sin theta is y, r cos theta is x, and r sin theta is y. Now, in that sense, I can say that I found one relationship. What is your relationship? X equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. In that fashion, x square plus y square will be r square. If radius is constant, then x square plus y square equal to a square. Anyway, now if that is the case, then it is giving a hint that there are two coordinate systems. One is theta r plane and one is xy plane. In xy plane, I have a circle that is x square plus y square equal to a square. If I say x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta, then it leads to another theta r plane. Okay, in theta plane, r plane, consider I have a rectangle. In theta r plane, I have a rectangle. Rectangle means r and theta are independent to each other. If I say I have a rectangle in xy plane, then x and y are independent to each other. If I have a rectangle, if I have a rectangle, this is the height of the rectangle at the origin. If I move along x, height will be same. This is a rectangle. If I move along x, height will be same. Height is not dependent upon x. Similarly, if I have a circle in xy plane and there is a r theta plane, in r theta plane there is a rectangle, then this rectangle will go and map into circle in xy plane where r theta are independent to each other. X and y is dependent upon x when it is a circle. Anyway, x and y both are dependent upon r and theta. Y is dependent upon x because y equal to square root of a square minus x square. But altogether x and y both are dependent upon r and theta. Okay, x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. So here it will be a rectangle. What is the area of the circle? That we will see. Consider that r and theta are not independent to each other. This is what we are talking now. R and theta are not independent to each other. If they are independent to each other, rectangle in r and theta will make circle in xy plane. If r and theta are not independent to each other, then what it will form in xy plane? What is your formula? Consider r equal to cos theta. R equal to cos theta. So in r theta plane, in r theta plane, in r theta plane, it is something like this. Hope. Cos theta means at around the x at the when x equal to 0, r will be r equal to cos theta. When theta is 0, r is 1. When it is pi, pi by 2, r is 0. Then it will go negative. Okay, it will make like this. This is cos theta. Okay, I'm sorry. This is cos theta. Okay, so this is cos theta. So at 0, r theta equal to 0, r will be 1. When theta equal to pi by 2, when theta equal to pi by 2, r will be, cos theta will be 0. In that way, there is a, so if this is theta and r, there is in r theta plane, there is a cosine equation, r equal to cos theta. Then r equal, this is better, r equal to cos theta. In Cartesian coordinate system, if in polar coordinate system r equal to cos theta, in Cartesian coordinate system x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. If that is the case, then what is the shape it will form in Cartesian coordinate system? Here if I say r equal to something and theta, they are independent of each other, they form a rectangle. Then this rectangular area, consider that r goes from 0 to a. What is your constant? In theta r plane, r goes from 0 to a and theta goes from 0 to 2 pi, then it is a rectangle, right? R goes from 0 to a and theta goes from 0 to 2 pi independent. Now if I say x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin, hope gone. Okay, if I say x equal to r cos theta, consider that r is 0. R varies from 0 to a. R is 0, then x equal to r cos 0, y equal to 0. There is no x and y in in Cartesian coordinate system. Consider r equal to r is going from 0 to a. Consider r equal to half a by 2. Consider r equal to a by 2. Pi is 0 to 2 pi. In that sense, it will form a circle r equal to a by 2. Consider this is hope. This is r a by 2. Radius is a by 2, where a is this much. R is a by 2 and theta is 0 to 2 pi. It forms a small circle. For equation x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. If r is a by 2, keep varying theta from 0 to 2 pi, it will make a circle. Means in a rectangle in theta r plane where r is 0 to a and theta is 0 to 2 pi, slowly it will start forming bigger circle and it will make a 2D circle. I'm not talking about a line. I'm not talking about a line, perimeter line. I'm talking about a 2D full circle. It is filled circle. R will grow from 0 to a and theta will grow 0 to pi. It looks like a circle, but in theta r plane it will be a rectangle. It will be a rectangle. What about in theta r plane r equal to cos theta? There it is not a rectangle. R and theta are also related to each other. What shape it will make in xy plane? That is the question now. Okay, now let's proceed. What is the formula in xy plane? X equal to r cos theta, guaranteed. Y equal to r sin theta, guaranteed. And this side r equal to cos theta. New thing has come up. Let's say x square plus y square. Just write x square plus y square. If that is the case, x, what is x? X equal to r cos theta. What is r? Cos theta. R equal to cos theta. So x equal to cos square theta. Y equal to r sin theta. Y equal to cos theta sin theta. Now let's write x square plus y square. It becomes cos to the power 4. X means cos square. Cos to the power 4 plus sin square plus y square. Y is cos theta sin theta. Cos to the power 2 sin to the power 2. X square plus y square equal to r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta, where r is cos theta. So it becomes cos to the power 4 theta plus cos square theta sin square theta. Cos square theta, I can take it out. It becomes cos square theta plus sin square theta. It becomes cos square theta. X square plus y square equal to cos square theta, where cos square theta is x. In that sense, it becomes x square plus y square equal to x. X I can take out this side and it becomes x minus x square plus y square minus x equal to 0. It is same as x minus 1 by 2 whole square plus y square plus, I'm sorry, minus 1 by 4 equal to 0. Same thing, right? X minus half whole square plus y square minus 1 by 4. X minus half whole square is x square plus 1 by 4 minus x plus y square minus 1 by 4. 1 by 4, 1 5 by 4. It came as same thing. X square plus y square minus x equal to 0. So x square plus y square minus x equal to 0 is x minus 1 by 2 whole square plus y square minus 1 by 4. That is same as x minus 1 by 2 whole square plus y square equal to 1 by 2 whole square. This is again an equation of circle only. Okay, where radius is 1 by 2, x minus 1 by 2 whole square plus y square equal to 1 by 2 whole square. Okay, in that fashion, this is called shifted circle. If this is x-axis, if sorry, this is x-axis and this is y-axis and this is the circle here at radius a, center at the origin, the equation of the circle is x square plus y square equal to a square. If a is 1, then x square plus y square equal to 1 square. If a is half, then x square plus y square equal to half square. If this circle is shifted, origin of the circle is shifted half on the x-axis side. Now center is 1 by 2. Earlier center was origin 0, comma 0. Now center is 1 by 2, comma 0. Now left side of the circle is touching the y-axis and right of the circle is 1. It is now x-axis is minus, x-axis is 0 to 1, whereas y-axis is minus half to plus half. I believe it is all right. Equation of this circle is, if this circle is x square plus y square equal to half a square. If I shift a circle along x-axis half, then it will, x will be subtracted by half. It is called shifting the axis. X minus half y whole square plus y square equal to half a square. Okay. You talk about shifting, right? Okay, I shifted the circle half here. Okay, I shifted the circle half here also. Now tell me the equation of the circle. Now circle is like this, where radius of the circle is fixed, that is half. Here also radius of the circle is half only. But I made circle like this. Now, center is 1 by 2, comma 1 by 2. Now, tell me the equation of the circle. Then equation of the circle is, earlier equation of the circle was x square plus y square equal to half a square. Since it shifted half in x direction and half in y direction, then it becomes x minus half whole square plus y minus half bracket y minus half bracket close whole square plus 1 by 2 whole square. This is called shifting. Okay, thank you very much. What is this? What is this now? Okay, if this is x-axis, y-axis, what is this? That is x minus half whole square plus y minus half, I'm sorry, this side. So y is positive. Y minus half whole square equal to 1 by 2 whole square. That is the radius. Radius is not negative here. So it becomes x plus 1 by 2 whole square plus y minus half whole square equal to 1 by 2 whole square. So if I say r equal to cos theta, if I say r equal to cos theta is the something that like a precursor, means the prerequisite. The back side r equal to cos theta is the equation. In front side, in Cartesian coordinate, x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. Okay, in that fashion, it forms a circle. If I say r is going from 0 to a and x is going from 0 to 2 pi. If I say radius is constant a, radius is constant a when theta is 0 to 2 pi, then in Cartesian coordinate system it forms a circle centered at the origin. If I say I have a theta r plane in which r is constant a and theta is going 0 to 2 pi, okay, then it forms a rectangle where radius r is y-axis not dependent upon theta, constant a is there. Then in Cartesian coordinate system, if x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, with this relationship between x and y, it makes a circle, and circle is centered at the origin, radius a, x square plus y equal to a square. But in r theta plane, if r is related to theta, it may not form circle. But if it forms circle, it may not be centered at the origin. One example we gave is r equal to cos theta. R equal to cos theta. Then here it became a circle that is shifted along x-axis, and there where x is 1 by 2 comma 0. Now the equation of circle is x minus half whole square plus y square equal to half whole square. Can someone tell me what is the area of a circle where r equal to cos theta? I'm not talking about Cartesian coordinate system. In polar coordinate system, if I have r as constant a and theta varies from 0 to 2 pi, what is the area of the circle? That is pi a square. Pi a square. What is the area of a circle where r equal to cos theta? Can someone tell? Okay, that is the scenario. What is the solution to this is that what is the circle, what is the area of a circle? What is area of a circle? Area of a circle is dp by d theta cross dp by dr. We will talk more on it. Anything that's the difference between a person who look into it. Okay, why I go with dp by d theta r, and what is dp by d theta cross dp by dr into d theta dr, how it gives the area. Anyway, position vector, if I talk dp, p is a position vector, then dp by d theta cross dp by dr into d theta dr gives the area vector. Calculating the magnitude of the area vector would give the area. Position vector, this is what written in the book. Position vector means, if I take Cartesian coordinate system, then x equal to r cos theta, then d of r cos theta I plus r sin theta j by d theta cross d of r cos theta I plus d plus r sin theta j by dr into d theta dr will give the area vector. What is dp by d theta? Then it is r minus sin theta I plus r cos theta j, cross product with dp by dr, that will be sin cos theta I plus sin theta j. If someone does the cross product of these two, it will result. Okay, we'll do it. I'm not running away. R minus sin theta I. I will make cross with a j. Then it will become r minus r sin I cross j is k minus r sin square theta k. Now this side we have r cos theta j. J will cross with the I. J cross I is minus k. And that side we have cos theta. It is minus r cos square theta. So it becomes minus r cos square minus r sin square theta k minus r cos square theta k. If settled out, it becomes minus r k. Minus r k d theta dr is the area vector. In that sense, the area is magnitude of this. Area is magnitude of this. What is magnitude of this? Then it becomes r dr d theta. R dr d theta. Okay, this is the area of a circle. Now, where r is from 0 to a, wrong. Here is the cat. R now, what is the area of the circle in polar coordinate system? In polar coordinate system, when we talk, it is r dr d theta. Now, limit of theta is 0 to 2 pi. This is what I talked about. R equal to cos theta. Here, if I see in the Cartesian, if I see in the polar coordinate system, then this is theta and this is r. And it r is cos theta. And when theta is 0, r is cos theta, that is 1. And then when theta is pi by 2, then r is 0. Okay, after that, r goes negative direction. And when it is pi, then r is minus 1. And when it is 2 pi, again it is 0. Okay, that is the scenario. So r will go at any moment, r is varying with the theta. So r will go 0 to cos theta. Makes sense? Theta is 0 to 2 pi. R is 0 to a, not. R is 0 to cos theta. R dr d theta. Okay, we will proceed on this. And then we will see dp by d theta cross dp by dy. What are the miniature signs? Min Inc. is the name of this channel. And the motto of Min Inc. is the miniature science. So what is the miniature science behind this? Please do not mind supporting us. +91 is the India country code. 9483160610 is the telephone number. +91 is the India country code. 9483160610 is the telephone number.